right after. Yeah, and if you think about it, BGenius is actually looking good. There's a great cleanse coming out. That was a good one. Phoenix is on the ground. Well done by BGenius, keeping the heroes alive. They are down a little bit of experience. If you think about it, BGenius is actually looking good. There's a great cleanse coming out. That was a good one. Phoenix game is not going on the ground. Well done by BGenius, keeping the heroes alive. They are down a little bit of experience. If you think about it, BGenius is actually looking good. There's a great cleanse coming out. That was a good one. Phoenix game is not going on the ground. Well done by BGenius, keeping the heroes alive. They are down a little. That's when they are starting to chunk down against opponents, so experience is important. They're getting closer and closer to that goal, so I love to see them with the game plan. This is a completely different BGenius from what we've seen in the recent weeks, so that switch that they made with Donatan definitely helped them a lot here. But Trick, of course, is also well aware what's going on at this point, and they are just attempting to make sure that they win the next few Punishers.
They're chasing down Erikin here. He's in a bit of an odd position. Luckily, Malfurion will bring out the roots. And he also grabbed the bigger roots at 16 just to make sure they control the fight better. Also, much more effective when you're against multiple melees. You're in a good chance we're going to hit 2 to 3 people, which is where you get value out of that root. Take for the win. Tries to get a jump. He actually gets interrupted out of it. Alex Approach comes out with a drag, which forces a cleanse from Unstable.
Yeah, force the cleanse out, so that's on cooldown for the time being. The shrine is about to activate, but the top lane is suffering. We have another structure that's being assailed by Falstad and the waves that he pushed in. So that is putting extra damage onto the fort. It's going to survive for now, but we have a bit of poke happening as we are seeing once again Trick taking the position on the shrine early on.
And they will start grabbing control. 10-0. Falstad needs to get in that bottom lane. Start defending those minions that are pushing in. They will start to rotate. A bit too late for my taste, but 20-0 is going to be the lead. So Trick Esport will be able to grab this Punisher relatively easily. Do remember, Molten Core will be up for defense.
This is exactly what we've been saying. They are willing to give them up. They're willing to say, we do not take these shrines, we delay the game. As long as we don't massively start losing keeps, we're still good here. We can rotate, we can get the experience, we can make sure that we just got to 20, make sure that Nazeebo gets his power spike, and that's when we're going to face the music, not before that. Of course, later on, once Nazeebo has this 20, they still need to be careful that Sonya isn't able to leap in and confirm a quick kill, so the ice block is going to become incredibly important, and so will be the cleanse from Malfurion.
Let's see how it unfolds. Next we're going to have Tank for the win and crew. Getting poked here in the middle, Gargantuan instantly popped. Trick Esport taking a big and massive play and heading in the top left corner. Molten Core should be available. Yes, he does have it here. He uses it. Mighty Plus even being used here by Kirboss. Sonya's been locked down, even a Twilight Dream.
Twilight Dream being used. Ragnaros is still raining hell and fire down on the opponents. They're trying to get the kill. Sonya barely jumping out. Good job by Infernal. That would have been the end of it. Ragnaros not hitting the ult, but the defense is on. One of the keeps is very, very low, but still, BGenius is still in this, and it's only 1.5 levels until they hit level 20.
1.5 levels. The Trick Esport is frantically looking for a fight. They hit Unstable on the back left. He uses Ice Block to dodge initially, but the follow-up from Trick is too much, and Unstable will fall. Cocoon being used on Tank for the win. Can he get away from the fight?
That was actually an interesting scenario here because we saw Malfurion use immediately the vision once they started to go into the camp. That was the moment when they saw everybody in that rush and they were, uh-oh, we are in trouble. First thing that happens is Malfurion puts down the roots on himself, but it's already too late. The gravity lapse hits them, and that was a big, big moment for Trick. They are trying to translate that into a keep, and it's very likely that they're going to be able to destroy it.
Especially with the Smirk push on the top, Gargantuan's going to be used. He gets burned down instantly. Phoenix in the back left, helping out for the DPS. Take for the win, trying to soak it up there as hero priority does pop out with that hero's Phoenix. But 19.5 is going to be the lead for Trick Esport, and they grab the keep to bring it to 19.75.
Yeah, that's the moment when you just let it be. And you know, it's not going to work. It's unfortunate for them. It's not where they want to be. They would have loved to go to 20 with all 3 keeps alive. But it's still not the end of the game. They want that 20. It is so important. It's really a delay tactic here. And if not for that gank that Trick set up, they would have achieved that goal, I feel. Trick, therefore, with very nice moves, making these traps happen. Now we have the shrine up at the top. And this is now really the question. Can they reach level 20, BGenius that is, before the shrine is becoming a big deal?
Should be able to if they soak up their false set play. Kirboss can also hang out in the top lane to help out with the push coming his way. But with the shrine activating, at level 20 here in the very north, if Trick Esport grabs this Punisher, they have a chance to start moving in for a core. Now, BGenius has tools, beta, of course, into the keep and set up for defense. The Sword Esport needs to make the big power play to go for the victory.
Yeah, this is for BGenius also one of the situations that they don't really want to occur, because now it's really the top lane. It's a very unfortunate shrine spawn for them. If it was another lane, it would be easier for them to defend. Now they are more or less forced into action, and they are starting to take that 20. So now we have it already, and with that 20 now in play, we are already seeing 188 stacks on the Zebo.
So here comes the damage, is basically what Caldor is saying. Curve walk, moving forward, getting aggressive here. We're going to watch Erikine on the top right, as Sonya has been isolated. We're going to go straight on to Lucio, and he gets blown up and does a front flip on the screen. Danatan dead, though, as he gets traded out.
Get bodied, son, but Ragnaros also down, and so is Nazebo. Nazebo dead. This is what all the lead-up was for, to put him into a good spot, and he's the first one to die. It just feels bad. Crosby is also low. Can he keep himself alive? That's the question. Tank wants another kill, gets the Stormbolt in, but Crosby survives.
Kirva really messing up on that kill. He dives in, brings the W on Crosby, but doesn't even go for a close range hammering. Misses out on it, and KT survives. Trick Esport will get a massive lead here. Pushing in the middle of the lane, damage is starting to come out. Punisher will be available. Nazebo got picked off instantly in that fight in the early stages, and BGenius with 4 members down, they're going to be hoping for a miracle defense. Yeah, when that engage happened, you need to have that ice block ready for the situation to dodge it completely, ideally. But still, Trick has played this quite well. They lost already Lucio super early in the fight, so there was a nice snap decision call by BGenius, deciding, okay guys, we have a stun on him, let's take him down with Ragnaros. Then it didn't work out quite Nazebo too early after the entire build-up was to put him into a spot where he can deliver the pain. Now Trick wants to go for core, of course, but Arcane is already starting to focus heavily against core again in this fight. Oh my god, blown up by Ragnaros on the back right side. Erikine keeping up with the damage at the front, and with no KT here, there is no damage for Trick Esports. Twilight Dream goes off, Sonya gets focused down. Alex Approaching, he's chasing to try and burrow away. Can they stop him? Tank for the win, does stop him there with the Skullcracker. Goes for a mighty gust on a Beetle. He gets the Beetle pushed in, but still the defense comes out for BGenius.
Kiva hates Beetles.
He hates him, man.
He hates him. He sees the Beetle, he immediately busted in and like, I can take it out. Okay, so Kiva panicked, obviously. He was trying to go in to stop them, and then he was attempting to move away, cast the Navy in, but he was not really a good spot there. But what you can see there is BGenius all of a sudden netting kills, and they are doing well. They have 3 kills. They didn't lose anybody there. Ragnaros started off with a kill against Kel'Thuz, and all of a sudden the French team, BGenius, that team that got destroyed in every game up to the moment when they defeated the Playing Ducks, is looking good on map number 1. Yes, they lost the keep, but so did Christian.
Up 1-for-1 and keeps, and BGenius is moving in. See if they can get a kill here. So he's up there right at we're gonna have the Haka and 10. They're just going straight for the core. They move in, they sit on top of Crosby. We're gonna have pressure to take the win, locks him down. Take the win, jumps away from the fight, realizing he couldn't get the kill on KT. Eternal jumps jumps in with the leap, but Kirba drops up the mighty gust, and Danatan goes around and starts the fight.
Yeah, and that was one of those moments when you just realized all mistakes were made. Nice move by Trick, dodging all to Danatan. Damage on the core of Trick, but this could turn out real quickly. Danatan is low, trying to keep himself alive a little bit longer, maybe go for a trade. We have catapults on the core of BGenius. Rema is already on the move. Kirva is defending 85%, 30 seconds until we are seeing Malfurion back.
Trick Esport with multiple tanks and a Lucio. Movement. Catapults. Once start doing damage to them. Malfurion's up in 20 seconds. He'll have both Twilight Dream available for the fight.
It's all about the Nazebo. All about the witch shot that damage. Nope, not happening.
Coming out. That's right. The Nazebo is too scary to face off against in this scenario. They will turn around and drop some flame strikes here on the keep. It's down to a quarter health. Ragnaros up for 20 seconds, so they can continue to poke here if they protect their KT. BGenius
messed up a little bit at the core. That was a call that they probably regret right now, and it could result in them losing a second keep, and indeed it does. Upset position. They thought they could bait everyone into a Ragnaros Molten Core. That's basically what happened there. They were saying, guys, go for the core, and they moved in, I get the Molten Core going, and then they can kill them. But then Malfurion died.
False decided to defend the middle and the top lane. And Trick Esports, they may have to defend the base race. Genius is moving in aggressive for rotation. Tank for the wins moving in, and they're going straight for 4.
They could have left someone at the end of the town portals, to be honest. I would have liked that.
Here we go.
They're going for the race. Genius, the mighty cast is in 80%. The lead. Malfurion is the first target. Ice got 30%. They're pulling it up.
Everything's here.
Pulling it up.
They are. The fighters are also about to. Even if they kill Ragnaros. Yes, Genius gained the first win here. Game number 1 with probably one of the most boldest calls I've ever seen here. You're on 11. You are about to left make it. You're feeling confident. Go in for it, and they pulled it off.
All right. Genius boys is back. They needed 11 playdates to take that out. But apparently these guys are back to business. They take down Trick on the first map. And I also have to say one thing. Eternal, really? Jumping on Malfurion in the base race, is that really target that you need to take down?
I thought that Twilight Dream, man. All right, that's it.
Twilight Dream is a good point, but at the same time, that's not the guy who does that.
Let's go ahead and get ready for game number 2. Genius with the lead here, 1-0.
Field research is so exciting, they said. Oh, I'll show them some excitement. Let's get it on.
The demon Asmodan within reach. And rediscover. The Lord of Sin begins. The Lord of Sin.
Thank you, kindly.
Status confirmed.
We talked about it during the game, and I really think there's a really cool approach about because they played a very smart strategy. If you guys remember what they did the last few weeks before the biggest year, they rushed into team fights, it was really, really bad battles, but they were down talent to stay engaged. And this was the exact opposite. This is them saying to the ref, we have a strategy, we have an idea. Don't hurt him by the entire time, we're not confident in the model, we have no problem, we're going to leave on the ref. The other one gets a power like 20 hours. Played a passive game and we not capitalizing.
Triple warrior composition. Doesn't really work out, but it's a theme for a long time now.
I don't really mind that triple warrior. I just think if they're going up against the industrial, they have to understand what's going on, which they definitely did, but then they have to change their work. And they say, guys, we need to work this more aggressively. We need to do a lot of work early on and make sure that our opponent doesn't get ahead there. So that was a bit of a problem that they had, and then once it was reached, yes, BG didn't play perfectly, but they made the big calls at the time they needed.
See if they continue to make these calls here as we are going into Sky Temple. Last time we saw BGNS on Sky Temple, man, it was a while ago, and they're actually picking up this battleground, which is making me start to think, man, they have been putting in work into specific strategies, and if we see like what we saw in the game 1, I'm excited to see what they have.
I think for have a team that has won a single match the entire season, and one day they all of a sudden win against the Playing Ducks. They're super happy. Even they themselves are, I don't want to say surprised by it, but they're relieved that it finally happened, and it was shocking to a lot of people. So you go up against these guys. Of course, what's in your head? It's of course you want to take it serious, but at the same time, as always, you guys will have to wait a second. Yes, that might be the team at the end of the standing, but we're fighting with a true team spirit that we have to beat first. We can't take this lightly because they are a lot stronger than we expected. So that makes us all
and one has to wonder, I feel like Tricky Sport is a team that when they are at that point, they're on another team. Oh, look at what
think about how direct Alex is to criticize his own play, criticize mistakes. You can definitely that after this game, what the hell is going on? Could we please focus? I don't want to lose this game. We want to make sure we have a good position for the playoffs. So they are going to come into this one pumped. But Be Genius, they're in the lead. And that is not something they're used to do.
When you have nothing to lose as a team and you come together, that's the best feeling in the world.
It's awesome, isn't it?
It's the best feeling in the world to be able to start earning victories and continue that trend. Now, Be Genius again, already all they have to do here is play strategies that they've worked towards and just look to get a couple of
People are cheering for it. It's the underdog story. The underdog that finally got the first victory against the Ducks, against the people are sitting there saying like, oh my god, we're so happy again. And they have so much momentum for them. They are happy, they enjoy what they're doing here. They are way better than everybody thinks, because yes, we had a rough season, we had a bad season, but we finally found our rhythm.
Yeah, it's all about improving for it. I mean, nobody is saying, watch out, Fnatic, Be Genius is coming for you. Watch out, Dignitas. So let's watch Be Genius here as they continue to play the way they want to. We're going to get a variant into a gray main, which means and they have pretty solid damage. Tricky Sport will answer back with Arthas and Dahaka.
And that's already a completely different strategy that Be Genius is showing here. Now we saw again Gul'dan banned out, since Gul'dan has that massive impact with the Horrify and is also great for laning. But we have Vic getting rid of the Abathur. This is a bit because we saw in the past Be Genius play with the hero. He can be quite annoying on this map too. But the first two picks that we see from Be Genius are already showing very good. base idea, as we said, was stay alive until 20, which eventually to Zebo, capitalize on the power of this place. Now they're saying that Ray made the damage on a single target. There's already completely different for the striking because it's a different strategy. And I'm personally very curious to see what they do with the rest of the draft. I would love to see them on the target, and if they really fight for it, I think that they need to have a good amount of damage, but they need to also
I also found
Enemy defeated.
Genius.
if you can teach me that trick, I would be really, really grateful. I really appreciate it a lot.
Or next weekend. I'll listen to the future. However,
Okay,
we have
I'm
seen
going to buy my lottery ticket.
Kirva has played Leading in the past, and he's so unbeaten. This is a competition that
the
already
sciences to avoid
nice
this sort of
setup
thing.
for the need to be successful, especially here on Sky. Great main engage, you have Varian start up with the fight, you have the damage for the setup already, you have research for the control already, you have Falstad, Arthas, and Dahaka on the right side, and you get some control around the boss fight with Poke. So this could be something that we see in the beginning.
Shot full inversion with Chromie into the mix here. Is that too much for you, Eve?
Not for Kirva. Kirva, while like to continue to grow as a player, he went through some moments here like Falstad was pointing from the plate last game.
Slow as a
Chromie, he's not ready for Chromie level. Chromie's up here. Naming's down here, you know.
This is, by the way, a prime example of Trickster dissing someone in a way that is very easy.
They don't really know that somebody.
You need to grow as a player.
There's some moments to learn. It's all about the knowledge.
That's a new line that I have to learn for Hero League.
He's not ready for the Chromester, dude. So Arthas to Hawk on the right side. Malfurion being picked. Okay. If you say Zeratul has been banned out. Zeratul
Destroyed.
sits here for support. They don't want to have any setup control, but also isolation. Isolation is the back.
So, Melf, there's your Liming.
Thank you.
There's your Liming.
Thank you, Kirva. That's
Okay.
what I wanted here, man. Because Kirva
You need to grow as a player. You need to grow as a player.
There's some moments to learn. It's all about the knowledge.
That's a new line that I have to learn for Hero League.
He's not ready for the Chromester, dude. So Arthas to Hawk on the right side. Malfurion being picked. Okay. If you say Zeratul has been banned out. Zeratul
Destroyed.
sits here for support. They don't want to have any setup control, but also isolation. Isolation is the back.
Hallå, 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 hallå. Hallå, 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 hallå. Hallå, 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 hallå.
Had to always retreat, so they have a close line basically. And right now, all of a sudden, clean ideas, crisp drafting, one goal that you have in the draft. If it works out or not, that's a different question. But they are ahead in the series, and they are so much better game today than they did in the past.
Let's see if they can continue the lead here as we go into game number 2. We are going to Sky Temple. Trick Esports hoping to tie up the series.
Game number 2 and Trick Esports. Was it the wake-up call they needed on the first map as B-Genius took them down? The French team to the left, they want to take them on once again. Here on Sky Temple with another win. Donatan on ETC, tank for the win on Varian. Unstable on Malfurion. We see Li Ming played by Kirva and Arcade on Greymane.
To the far right, Trick Esports in the red, and Nape will be showing off his Rhaegar gameplay. Alex Pro G back on his Bay Arthas. We're gonna have Crosby playing the Falla, gonna have Falstad played by Eternal, and last but not least, Rimmer on the hack.
This is going to be a really interesting one right now, since Trick has, of course, some pressure on them after the loss on the first map. This is not what they signed up for in their mind. Genius is happy to play the underdog role at this point and says, hey guys, we can still make this work, and they're already setting up a bit of aggression down to the bot lane, where with the trap they are hoping for an early kill, but so far, nobody on the side of the red team has taken the solo lane position.
But he has Kirvo playing safe, knowing that the Titus has turned out for Vision. Nobody's showing up on the bottom lane. Kirvo has not even this gate quite yet. Alex Proji. Card is forward, and we will start with the turret race as it begins here. ETC, Greymane, or Malfurion themselves will be clearing up the lane to set that bottom.
Yeah, the bottom lane is actually something that concerns me a little bit. They're trying to go for the hard card. Can they get the kill? That would be an important one, but I don't think they will be able to make it work. They could have gone for the tower instead, and they didn't do this. So Trick gets ahead quite heavily by taking down 2 of the structures. That helps them not only in experience, but it also gives them a very good lead when we're talking about that top temple, so they can aim to drop the fort right away.
Hurricane working on the side here. Remember, with delay as long as they can here, but bringing out the drag. Arthas and crew have started an aggressive push from the top as they are looking to grab the fort. Varian realizing that Kirvo can't quite hold it by himself on that Li Ming will rotate in to help while the rest of the crew goes head to the middle lane.
Now the top temple would deliver the fort into the hands of Trick, so they would take that down. The problem really is that down to the bottom of the map we are having an issue with that. Well, the wall is open, so this could actually be a kill against the fountain, and if that happens, the next temple phase is going to be starting with an advantage for Genius, since they themselves still have lane sustain.
Fort will die here. The temple will be ground to the top. And good play here by Fort as they continue to keep up with that trend here. Genius in the middle. Floating around, realizing with the threat of globals, they're going to stay near to their teammates. Gearball's in the top left, and Greymane has moved into the middle. The Haka not showing himself quite yet. Finally, he shows in the bottom, so Greymane will go down to match him. And Varian seems to have that entire shrine, that temple, under control.
Yeah, we have an even split on the temples between the two teams now. The keep, or the fort at the top lane, has been taken down, and that is an advantage for Trick. It also means that a potential night camp that they could take would pressure the keep on immediately up at the top. Down to the bottom, as I said a bit earlier, though, it's really all about the well. Can Genius take down the fountain, yes or no?
Always the question. Let's see if Genius moves in, clear it up. Tricky Sport taking the advantage of the globals, and Genius hanging out back home. They are moving in and getting aggressive on the Giants and such. The only hero with personal growth is Avatar Murder. Thank you.
He has a good point. He has a really good point there. I'm thinking about a second and I can't. Well, you could argue Sonya.
I mean, you could also argue that Rhaegar gives everyone the possibility to grow with Bloodlust, but hang on here. Dantan charges in, Alex approaching, being focused down, and he falls. He just gets a kill. Dantan low, he gets picked off by actually the Giants coming in with the last tap.
It's a trade, 1-for-1. The Giants with the kill indeed
Fuck.
already up to the
Ska
top.
ta en
They
boll,
get
ta dem.
And this is what we've been talking about earlier. The big advantage of Trick with even Hazords here. Feeding in, that ending looks like the roll swap in Vegina's pays off. Major tank on main tank and then Donatan on melee assassin looks much better than before. I couldn't agree more. Vegina's is looking so much better than they did in previous weeks.
I mean, I like to take this moment here to fanboy about Europe and how even Team 1 all the way down to Team 8, they care about each other as players. Swimpy even said last week, I believe, you know, look at the Steve Vegina's. This is a team going to a Crucible because they were impressed with their play last week after the role swap. And Hossov's echoing that fact with that tweet. Even the top teams respect and care enough about the lower tier teams that they talk about them. And to me, that's incredibly humbling and awesome to see.
Yeah.
I love that about Europe.
Splendor was saying the same thing. It's just look at what's happening here. This is a team that goes to the Crucible because all of a sudden VG started to step up. And of course for them it's a bit disappointing that it happened so late in the season, but still they are making a good showing here. Obviously we're still only in the second game. They haven't won the series yet. It's just so fantastic to see them finally play to their potential. Right now, already they engage here at the side. We have Tank for the win, moving in. Keep in mind that their power spike comes on 10 when they can set their combo off, but already they are aggressive as Ramaballer moves in and attempts to go for a quick drag, but EPC is able to push him away.
One help there. Will get healed up there by Unstable. Kirbo coming in with the orb does connect on the Giant. Rimmer will dodge it there with his own burrow. Danatan looking for an engage, and with two big massive tanks here, Kirbo and Danatan setting up for their movements. We're going to see Vegina's take full control of this temple.
Falstad taking over the top. Look at this rotation with the globals. We see a fight happening in the bot lane. Yahaka moves in, tries to battle. It doesn't work out. Trick moves back a little bit. They still have the global available for Falstad, so he takes over the position in the top lane, guarantees the more experience, and pressures Vegina's to an extent that they need to move someone's off. And that's Arcane right now. So I really love how Trick is currently playing the map.
Both of our teams, the fort does fall in the bottom right corner.
Don't get caught.
So in terms of
Still
fort,
more to do.
we are even between both of our teams. Vegina's now grabbing Merc. Playing here for Giants to start pushing in that bottom, while Dahaka's looking for a pick, maybe on Barry on the bottom left. The opportunity does not present itself.
Okay, here's the dynamic now on 10. We have Taunt available for Varian, Curse Bullet for Greymane. So it's exactly what we said earlier. You lead with a Taunt, Greymane hits the Curse Bullet, and you blow whatever target away. That's the idea behind this. At the same there's the stage dive for the super global as expected. But this is what Trick has to do. Trick has the Ancestral available, they have the Cleanse, they have a Rain of Vengeance, and they have the Mighty Subs. Their goal is to stop the snipe. Make sure that once Varian goes in and that everybody on BG starts to committing their resources and their cooldowns, that you have either
det
Dust
här
happening,
tänker.
Ancestral coming through, or Vala stopping all of it with Rain of Vengeance. If make that work, then Trick finds himself in a good spot for the fight. But that has to happen or they fight with a man down.
Vegina's has ways to handle that too. And they also have leaving some of the ways to go back.
Ska jävla mongo.
Fighting guns.
Kom då, kom då. Kom då.
So we have one down already, a second kill for Genius. They get the taunt in and then Lin says, well, there's my combo, enjoy bro. So we have that kill happening and Big now finds himself slightly behind. Nothing too crazy just yet. But it is going to come over the rest of the game.
New temple's activating in 10 seconds. We are in terms of
Uh-oh, uh-oh. Dåligt
Temple now activated in the
executed.
middle, and Vegina sets up pretty effectively here to hold down the first couple of shots to start applying damage to that floor. Now, remember, there's always a couple of
Ägd.
ball stat. You come in at any point in the fight. Stage dive is available. He comes in. They're looking out for Prodigy to bring in the first ball. They focus him down. There's a Twilight 3.
Yeah, that's exactly you that this is exactly what I've been saying earlier. This is the concept. And the Mighty Gust was too late, the Ancestral didn't get it. So this is exactly the issue. This is what Vegeta's wants. This is Vegeta's entire game plan. Get these kills and take it from there. And again, they make it happen. One more taunt, one more kill. Ancestral too late, they're 2 heroes down. Now Vegenius is going for 30. This is what they are trying to do. This is exactly the same MO that you can see now all the time in this team fight. Tick has to find a way around this, and it only works if they bring it up, close enough to the target, drop the Ancestral and the Cleanse, and they force that Gust in time.
BGS can go ahead and grab both the temples here. I was wondering if they would go for the boss call with Mighty Gust being used in that fight. With Arc respawning, they didn't really risk it. They got the temple straight here, get the short broken down, and take away the layers of defense towards the east. So the top port in the top right corner will be taken out here. And now, for the next couple of temples, we're going to start having keep damage for BGNS.
Trick is falling behind when it comes to structures in the map. That is definitely a fear. And they have to ask themselves one question. Do we engage in the team fights? Are we comfortable enough that we can avoid the snipe and take the team fight? Or do we try to play a game with our globals around
Ja, det
our
hackar.
safe enough in that
Duktig
setup
haka.
and just try to play the map itself? And it's getting a bit more risky for them because their biggest problem at this point with the second option that I just mentioned is simply they are already behind 2 forts. They're already behind 2 forts, so they need to take risks, and this is one of the risks they can take. Go for a boss, try to burst it down, take it from there, and be genius. They are already looking to contest it.
Moving into the scan, drops down the player. We're going to have the same guy. Mighty Gust being used, barely missing out. Thanks for the win. Will gets off top. Thanks for the win being focused in the back left side. First blow does come out. Rimmer is able to heal on up. And can't get out and fight. The power slide comes out from Danotan.
Boss
He
mistake.
just will survive. Ross pushing the bottom.
And now the root against ETC, the drag is in, and that's the kill against Jonathan. This time the combo didn't work out. They did not get the kill in. They had a lot of resources coming in, but don't kill the boss in the bot lane. All of a sudden, Trick is building up that momentum. They identified the problem. Sobi Gene is jumping in, and they said, nope, this time we're going to be able to keep them alive. Ross pushing it forward. They put one down in the middle, and now they are aiming for more. And the team is able to be rolling down and beat up the boss to push it even harder.
Double ninja sniper falls down. What? Big damage out for Gearborn. He is chasing you, looking for the fight. For 8 ETC. We're not going to go ahead and chase here, as the save time will not be up for 15 seconds. Here's the pick. Can now deal with the frost and push out the map.
They get the kill, and that was an important one. Genius definitely showing us the heat here. Big, on the other hand, they went a little bit too far out. Did not really expect the Twilight to come out together with the combo on the base. But if you look at the map now in structures,
Vad fan gjorde du?
and that again
Kill
opens the window
faster.
for the globals.
Ja,
You
det är
can play more
helt...
around your opponent again. You can, for example, set 2 heroes down to the bottom lane as the sign of activates up at the top. You make sure that you push your spots at the Haka bottom, and then once you come with the jump. Here's the problem with it. Vision. Vision is going to be super crucial. So, in this ideal scenario, you are trying to have 2 of your globals at the bot lane to start pressure. What does BGS do? They at some point have to accept that they need to take the entire temple, so they need to rotate down to the bot lane to meet the aggression, or they are losing. And then the globals walk to the top, get over the temple, and you get a bit of action in time. The problem is, if you get jumped by the dragon, constantly getting away from us. So they need to get vision first. And that's one of those things. Now, how much do you risk when you move back to this and you say, we can take the team fight, we know what they're
Den är
doing.
så jävla dålig, Dead Goat. What the fuck? Oh damn! Damn, damn, damn.
We're going to watch BGNS as they try to get a win here on Trick Esports. Go up too low. Trick Esports holding their own.
And Vision is definitely starting to look a bit better here, but they're still downing kills and they're downing experience. They're moving to the middle now, and 5 more seconds until the temple at the top activates. Here comes the attack again, already looking for a target. Where's Liming? Not there yet. They go for Alex. They try to drop him in. Here's the Ancestor. Immediately coming. I'm not quite sure what Donald did there. The Ancestor is immediately out. What? Did you expect him to move to the bot? Or what exactly happened?
I'm not sure what
Did I miss something?
Maybe hit Alt R, man. Thought he had Master.
Maybe.
Gonna miss out on the stage dive, which actually hurts a lot.
Is that a moment for personal growth? Okay, okay. Just double checking. This on the other hand.
Man, he Kiribwa going in with the massive combo hitting two people. Rimmer on the top right corner. Taunt's available in 3 seconds. Can they get Rimmer? 2, 1, taunt? No, the burrow comes out just in time, but the team.
Up completely here.
This is a hero that is not.
A quick side note, everybody. Nobody release some names of the teams at the top. Genius is indeed in the series and is also rushing the core. You are definitely not wrong if you're watching this right now. So Genius on the way to make a second victory. Maybe not quite just yet. The French team is moving out, but keep in mind as soon as they come to the top, they dropped the key already. And it looks like we are going to see them move back and
Så jävla ägd. Diablo. Fan vad skönt att du är så ägd.
Onto the coral. Hang on, Arc's in trouble once again here. First bullet comes out, takes for the win, turning around.
Gravitational vortex, motherfuckers. Åh vad skönt i ögonen med Deadly Ghost.
Haka is down again, the same MO. You go in, you taunt, you drop them. Stage dive. They go for the slide and they go for Alex. Alex sacrifices himself, buys time for the rest of the team, walking to the left. But this is simply a cooldown problem what we're seeing right now. In the 12-second cooldown that you have on the phone, you have 30 seconds on the curse bullet. Ming has just had a normal spell time, so it's not even an ult that they have to sacrifice. And on the other side, you have high cooldowns with the Ancestor, for example, the cleanse alone is 60 seconds. So this combo that we see for Genius can be thrown out every 30 seconds, and that is a massive, massive problem at this point.
They hit 19 to 17. EDC in the bottom lane soaking it up. Needs to be a bit careful a little bit here. He was on stage dive for 25 seconds. Well, Genius grabs that top temple and gets some shots here on the keep. It will survive the push here, so 2 keeps still stand for Trick Esports, but a boss spawns in 15 seconds. If Genius gets 20 and they can get a pick, they have an opportunity here to start lethal.
This is so awesome to watch. It's so much fun to watch this if you just think about the history here. And Trick, all of a sudden, in being in the spot where they're saying, what is going on here? What is happening? How does this team that didn't win anything for so long, all of a sudden, threaten to take the second map against them? And they are desperate. They're going for a boss now. This is the only fight they can play. There's nothing else. The team has 50 rounds left. It's a bad spot to be in. But they have to do something. This is the only fight where they're saying, guys, if we can take the boss, if we can take a fight, then we have a chance. It is desperate from them. They have the dust and they are attempting to use it to grab the boss here.
Aim for the win goes in. There goes the time. So the hill comes down, but Alex the Progi is dead. Mighty Gus is still up. Cannon throws in at the perfect time here to take away the boss. Here comes stage dive. Timing for Cannon is perfect. Power slides in. That's going to be Rimmer being focused down. The Ancestral Heli will get down. Second kill is load off. We have first in the bottom right pushing it and the boss.
This should be game. Unless we get some from the rest of the defenses, they don't see how. Gus is on cooldown. We're seeing Bala also on cooldown on Train of Vengeance. Camps are pushing in. We're seeing 20s at this point. They're going deep with it. They're just simply walking past the keep. Even the boss is on the way. This is Genius walking for the second victory in the best of 5. Genius, the team that has only won a single best of 5 thus far in the entire season, is about to get a 2-0 lead against Trick Esports.
They get another kill with BTS having nothing to lose in the ACC. They just do not lose here in their matches. They get a second victory here, 2-0 over Trick Esports.
Or face my curse.
Yeah.
I mean, on this side, it feels bad for Trick Esports. They had a few weeks where they were drawing glory right now, but they just need to be off face of Keep it in the middle here for game number 2. And you can see how they actually qualified for the ACC. This is stuff they pulled off in the qualifiers, and they pulled off well. Now in game number 2, the execution from the team.
Yeah, we had a couple of, I want to say, YOLO stage dives in the middle of nowhere, but
Time
that
for a
being said,
mercenary
the
camp.
comp just looks great. They said it in the draft. It's a very different style from what they were trying to do on the first map, where they play tactics, getting Zebo into play. This time they said from the start they were going to blow heroes up. It's a very clear cut. If you have a 30-second window, as the long as you not double kill. Not even talking about triple kill. You can disengage after the first attempt. They go in with the taunt, try to blow a target up. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, move back, wait another 30 seconds, try it again. Well, that's use this at all.
So well, there on the hero, and they are looking to end it for our next game. We'll be right back to some game number 3. Hopefully, bring you for this game.
Mission accomplished.
Ups, 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 ups. Ups. Ja, det där var sjukt onödigt. Row is incoming. Vänta, vad fan gör Jaina där?
The choice is simple. Så jävla lätt.
Finally do get it down. They have the meta all figured out. Suddenly we're on the Genji patch. Things aren't looking too well.
Duh.
Good, yeah, it's talking about standings, right? Exactly, not only about the standings, but also they've been talking about how they are the only ones actually falling to be genius. Now all of a sudden it's Pick who's not out yet, but is struggling quite a lot. So that's probably sitting back at home watching this and saying, you see, they are playing better. It's not us. It's them all of a sudden just stepping up. I'm happy for the genius. It's a bit sad for Pick, but they have a chance of course to come back into this.
så jävla
Yeah,
lätt.
they are, and I want to see something change on their part.
Platinum 2,
It was pretty much
motherfucker.
telegraphed what their opponent was doing. I'm still thinking about the last draft, and I'm thinking of what would you do to actually shut that down early on. I think 2000 was not a bad idea. It feels they just
Guys,
underestimated that the coordination for Big Genius would be there. Because after the ban in Lisa, I was kind of understanding what the idea was. The only thing that can really just shut the combo down is a Divine Shield, as I said. So they substituted into the next best thing, the answer.
Jag tar 95 poäng. Platinum 2.
It's a bit tricky for them right now, and they have to really think about what's going on. Because the cool thing about this
20,
is,
motherfucker.
it's not like the Genius played the same strategy. It's not as if you could simply head into this and say, okay, we're not barrier anymore. That's it. It's done. So they showed two completely different approaches, and they might have a third or fourth one up. We don't know, and I'm excited.
And that's kind of hard too when you're down 0 and 2, because normally if you are 0 and 2 and you are against the same strategy twice in a row, you go, okay, here's how we shut it down, we can move forward, and then you can adapt and have a reverse sweep. But then you have different strategies coming your way, and also different strategies from what we saw last week too against the playing Ducks. BGN seems to be playing everything.
The thing is also, guys, you have to really give Trick a little bit of credit here. It's not that Trick is playing bad. Genius is just right now playing better. There's a ban on variant. I watched so many scrims of the big three of Trick 2, and they look good. Genius makes them look bad right now. That's what's happening there. And this is incredibly impressive considering where Genius is coming from. So they are completely stepping up their game. They're playing so much better right now. And Trick just wasn't expecting this and is having a much harder time than they thought they would have. So yeah, this is Genius just turning on to a completely different level. And they start again with a ban on Gul'dan, and this time Trick going into the Grey Main, taking a lot of the elements away that Genius was using to make that second win happen.
Take away a lot of the blow-up potential, the curve bullet, the go for the throat. And they're not available here for BGNS. Now Gul'dan continues to be banned out, and we mentioned the reasons why in game number 1, but for those that are just now joining,